I want to thank you for getting your decal, but I'm going to show you a real quick video on how to get it on. It's not that difficult, but you are going to need a couple things. First, you're going to need some masking tape. Just plain old masking tape is fine. You're going to need a clean surface. So I went ahead and washed this with just regular old Windex. For the sake of time, I figured you know how to wash glass. I'm not going to insult your intelligence, but I do have this to put on here. What I'm going to do, this is a squeegee. This is what the professionals use to put it on. For bigger jobs, this is essential. For something small like this, you could use a piece of cardboard, because mostly it's just about building the friction, but I'll get to that in a minute. So right now I just need to take a couple pieces of my masking tape here. I start out with 2. The reason I do this is because I think at some point everybody's had a sticker or a label or something that they put on, like a box or whatever kind of thing they want to stick it on, and then you're looking at it because you're right over the top and you say, yeah, that looks great, and then you slap it down and they back up and you go, oh no. We want to avoid that from happening here. So right away I can look at this and I can see, based on those little lines that are in your back glass to help it with the defrosting thing, you can kind of use those as your guidelines because those are going to be straight across the glass. So I can look at this one here and this one here, and they're kind of close. They're pretty close, but this end needs to come up. So now, because I've kind of lined this up under here, this is going to be my center point. You'll see this right here is not quite center. So if you have a wiper on your back glass, don't use that as your center point because it's going to throw you off to the side. So you want to use this if you've got it. If you don't, try to make a little mark somehow, maybe with another piece of tape, so that you can find your center point so it keeps it all lined up. So right now I can look at this. This looks pretty good, right about the center, so I'm happy with that. But this side does need to come up a little higher, so I'm just going to peel this piece of tape off, raise him up just a hair, stick it back down and look at it. Take a step back. Does that look all right? Looks good to me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge it. And what hinging is you take another piece of tape and you're going to stick it on one end here. Slap it down like that. Just make sure you get some overlap so that it doesn't turn loose on you when you pull it loose. Now, something else that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my squeegee here, make a little cut there, but I like to leave this tape stuck down because if I'm putting this down and I let go or something, or when I'm putting it back down, I know exactly where it is because I can line it up with the piece of tape that's still there. So I pull this back, real gingerly pull on my hinge, and then I'm going to start peeling this off. Now it's not a bad idea before you take this off just to run over it with your cardboard, or if you happen to have a squeegee, just run back over it, because what that's going to do is it's going to heat up the adhesive on the back and it's going to make it stick to the tape and not this backing paper here. So you just take a second to run over it, get it nice and warm. And now I can come back through and real easy. See what this is kind of stuck on there still? This is why I need the hinge, because it'll keep it right exactly where it's supposed to be. So I know that I've got this little dot. I want to make sure all my little dots and stuff are on there where they need to be, so I'm not just ripping the thing off and then accidentally take some things with me that I can't put back on. Okay, so now I've got my backing paper off. All I got to do now is come back over and line it up with my tape. Stick a corner down. You notice I'm still kind of holding this up. All I got to do now is just run over it with my squeegee. You're going to run over it with your cardboard if you don't have the squeegee, and it'll look just fine. Now, I've got this little edge over here. It looks like it's lifted up a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that so much, because this can come up. I can pull it up on my corner, and it's going to that W is kind of sticking on, but that's okay because I haven't pressed it down all the way. I'm kind of glad this happened so that if it happens to you, you don't freak out. So I've lifted my W off. I can just push it right back onto my mask, and then I'm good. So now I can just stick it back down. Run squeegee over it, because remember, that's going to build up that heat. That's going to make it stick better, but it's going to last longer. So you want to make sure you get this. Just take a few seconds. get it nice and hot, and then I could take off my tape. So I'll put that there, there, and then just peel it off. At this point, if you go over it enough times with your squeegee, you don't have to worry about it pulling the sticker part off, the part that you want to stay on, but it's always a good idea to go slow. There's always time to wait. And now we look at a perfectly attached, unique decal. I hope that helps you out. It looks kind of scary, but if you stick it on like that one time, that can be scary. But if you do it, just take your time, follow a few steps, you're going to be in good shape. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Take care.